them. Then it becomes obvious that they have lost some vital parts of their lives. Yes, they have lost their meaningful time. At that moment, they are filled with lots of frustrations. I don't want you to be like them because it's not a good experience. That's why I want to share with you today the 42 things I wish I knew in my 20s. Number 1, don't be scared of losing people. Most people in their 20s are scared of losing friends. Hence, they resort to holding on to some relationships that do not matter in their lives. I mean relationships that are not taking them anywhere. Some are in prisons, some have lost their lives, others are stuck without making progress just because of peer pressure. So, don't be afraid of losing people. Instead, focus on upgrading your life and the right people will come to you. Number 2, become good at what you enjoy doing. The truth of the matter is that every individual is gifted with inherent skills. So it's your duty to identify these skills within, develop it, and then convert it to your source of livelihood. With that, you will not be caught doing the jobs you don't enjoy doing. These skills can be as little as singing, dancing, cracking jokes, talking, and others. So, learn how to be good at what you are doing in your 20s. Number 3, normalize staying with people who want more for you than from you. When you are always with people that takes from you, it will not make you better. It will leave you drained. You need people that have something to impact more into your life. That is the sure way to grow. Probably older people. Number 4, work on yourself daily. That is where growth comes from. When you focus on making little progress on daily basis in your life, that's one of the surest way to grow. Number 5, take challenges as exams for new level. And you must take them as it is for higher levels. Just like how you write exams to move to the next class. I want you to see challenges like that. You need them for promotion. Number 6, being humble is thinking of yourself less and not thinking less of yourself. This is all about self-confidence. Don't let anybody convince you into believing that humility means reducing your self-esteem. Always remember that humility means thinking of yourself less and not thinking less of yourself. Number 7, always expect to be misunderstood, especially when you aspire to be different. Always know that you're on your way to growth. When you're always misunderstood by family members, friends, neighbors, and colleagues in the office, just know that you are on your way to growth. Number 8, avoid comfort zone. When things get easier, it's time to move, get harder. Don't get trapped in your comfort zone. When you have stayed there for a long while, it's time to move on. Number 9, always seek advice from the right people. How on earth will you be seeking for advice from someone who has not succeeded in their field of endeavor? And tell me, why will you be seeking for advice from a tomato seller if you know that you want to become a medical doctor? The two do not align, so always seek advice from the right people. Number 10, have clear-cut goals. It will sieve your friends. When your goals are properly set and aligned, it will become a gatekeeper that will determine who comes into your space. So, always have clear-cut goals. Number 11, always be positive, no matter what. Positivity is an act of faith. You mustn't see it before you believe in it. That is exactly how life functions. You must see it first before you get it. So, always stay positive. Number 12, always avoid over-explaining when it comes to matters that concerns your life because you go explain tire. The only person you owe explanation about your life is yourself. So you must hold yourself accountable at every point in time. Number 13, study books that align with your goals. I know it's good to read, and I also know that you like to read, but always tailor your studies to align with your goals. Number 14, put yourself first. Always put yourself first when you are taking any decision. Because when the chips are down, you will have no other person to hold on to but yourself. Number 15, be financially strong first before you think of helping others. This is exactly where many people fail. Don't be a blind man leading other groups of blind men. Number 16, problems are opportunities. Always look for them. That is why I don't want peace. Your guess is as good as mine. If everywhere is peaceful, then there will not be an avenue to make money. Number 17, enhance your life and you will lose the old one. There were many things you were doing before, but when you upgraded your life, you don't find them funny anymore. That is why we say when you upgrade your life, you will lose the old one. Number 18, keeping your commitments to yourself breeds confidence. When you achieve certain goals you set for yourself, it will build your capacity to do more. Number 19, think long term. Dedicate a decade for your life, not a day. One of the keys to success is your ability to think long term. Number 20, look at yourself. If you are always meeting the wrong people, there is a saying that a birds of a feather flock together. This is true to a large extent. You always attract who you are. That is why if you want to change your friends, you must first change yourself. Number 21, see the good in people and always acknowledge their strengths. Leadership is all about the ability to spot out the strength in people and use it for productive ventures. That is why you must always see good in every individual. Number 22, treat fear like a feeling. Fear is nothing but a feeling. Treat it as such. Always remember not to die 100 times in your mind like a man filled with fear. Number 23, talk about ideas and not people. Poor people discuss people, while the rich discuss ideas. So stick with what the rich discuss. Number 24, avoid anything that is detrimental to your growth. Number 25, do one thing at a time. Don't fill your lives with lots of activities without mastering none. This is just to say, don't be the jack of all trade and master of none. Number 26, don't get comfortable with your present condition, no matter how good it is. There is no comfort in comfort zone. You must know that if comfort zone is actually a place of comfort, then the wealthy will not still be working. Please learn from them. Number 27, give attention to only things that matter. Don't be caught up with the distractions and dramatic nature of this world. Only focus on things that matter. Number 28, let people admire you and not fear you, because true respect comes from admiration and not fear. This is exactly where leadership comes in. Have the ability to spot out the good and the strength in people, work with them, and make them to become better at what they do. That way, they will respect you and not fear you. Number 29, see life as a reflection of what you show to it and not a way of escape. Life is nothing but a reality of your imaginations. So, always imagine only the things you want to see in your life. With that, life gets better. Number 30, be self-motivated. This is where self-belief comes handy. You are going to face lots of challenges in your journey to life, but always be self-motivated if you must succeed. 31, demand for respect. Teach people how to treat you. The truth of the matter is that nobody knows how best to treat you until you show them. That is exactly why you must demand for respect. Teach people how to treat you. Number 32, Always know when to quit. It is said that champions are not quitters, but in some scenarios, especially when you know that the journey is a fruitless one, the best thing to do is to save your energy and quit. But remember, not only quitting, but knowing when to quit. Number 33, bad situations make you stronger. Just like gold is not scared of fire, bad situations shouldn't make you scared, but stronger. Number 34, the best time is now. Avoid procrastination. Get to work and get to work now. Always treat today as if it's your last day on earth. Number 35, take care of your body because that's the only visa you have to function here. Number 36, be consistent with the time you go to bed and the time you wake up. This singular act will help you to increase your productivity and avoid distractions. Number 37, everything falls into place when you stop getting anxious. That's how nature works. Nature is not anxious, yet it accomplishes a lot. Number 38, be friendly to others the way you want them to be friendly to you. That is to say, do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Number 39, hang around people that give you positive energy. Number 40, change is always available. It's never too late. There is always room for making adjustments towards your growth, towards your success. Number 41, learn when to say no. Don't be a dustbin where people empty their waste. Know which to absorb and which to discard. Know that only those whose lives are not interesting always stay glued to their phones. So make your life interesting today. The world is a stage. Some are actors while others are spectators. Don't be a spectator when others are fighting for their destinies, because only the spectators stay glued to their phones to watch the actors take charge of their life. And the next one is always pray. And finally, number 42, stay glued to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment your opinion in the comment section. See you in my next video. Bye for now. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel From the Scratch, a business clinic meant for business starters and entrepreneurs who wants to leverage on my wealth of experiences in order to build their businesses. My name is Chijioke Chikwesere, your business guardian. Here are some financial mistakes that keeps you poor without you knowing. Number 1, blaming circumstances for your woes. Of course, it's very easy to blame everyone but yourself. You blame your uncles, you blame your aunts, you blame your parents, you blame the government, you blame everyone as far as you are not blaming yourself. My dear, let me tell you, when you develop this kind of attitude, you will discover that you are not going to get better. The most successful people that we have today are people that have the capacity to blame no other person but themselves. Just remember that you are blaming your uncle today. Tomorrow, you will also become an uncle. You are blaming your aunt today. Tomorrow, you will also become an aunt. You don't know that most of them also have their own problems to solve. If you know that you want to make progress in life, you need to start doing the right thing. Number 2, depending on salary. You know, salary is not actually paid to make you rich. The only thing that salary do for you is to actually sustain you in order to continue doing the work that you are paid to do. Best definition of salary is actually money that an employer pays an employee to forget about his dreams. Number 3, throwing big birthdays. You organize birthdays for your wife. You organize birthdays for yourself. You organize birthdays for your children who don't even understand the value of those birthdays. Yes, of course, it's good to celebrate, but Is it good to celebrate at the detriment of your future? Instead of paying so much for birthdays for your children, why don't you invest on buying stocks or real estate for them, no matter how small it is? Instead of spending something like $100 or $50 in that birthday celebration, why don't you use it to buy stocks like Facebook or Twitter or Nvidia? Imagine how much that child must have accumulated over a period of 10 years if you spend only $100 in each year buying a particular stock for them. Number 4, no skills. Imagine in this digital era where almost every work is being automated and you sit down comfortably because you are in a paid job or because you have somebody that is feeding you and you decided not to take up any skill that will help you to succeed. Anyone that does not plan has already planned to fail. So if you must succeed in this generation, that means you must learn a skill, and most times these things are very easy to learn. You can go to any online academic platform, pick a skill, develop yourself, which will enhance your earning capacity. So if you are not doing this, that means you're already caught up in the web, some of the financial mistakes that will definitely keep you poor. No plans for rainy days, especially in this part of the world. You will discover that some people will be living their lives so carelessly to an extent that when something hits them, they don't have any place to fall back to. For me personally, I always propose that if you know your living expenses every month, you are supposed to always plan to have that living expenses kept somewhere at least for a period of 8 months should anything happen to you, be it incapacitation or one thing or the other. But many of us, we don't adopt this strategy to an extent that if anything happens to us, we now start disturbing people up and down for financial assistance. So if you are doing this, you're already in the trend of people that are already making the financial mistakes that will keep them poor. Number 6, believing so much in people. I want to ask you, that's your uncle that asked for your CV several years ago and he told you, let me see what I can do. So how far? Has he been able to answer you? So if he has not been able to answer you, that frustration that you are feeling right now is also the frustration that many people are feeling. So if you know that you don't want to make some financial mistakes that will keep you where you are today, then you need to stop believing so much in people and rather start believing more in yourself. Number 7, useless educational qualifications. You know, there is a saying that most poor people do things that will not anger other poor people. That's your educational journey that you are embarking today. How is it going to translate to better your life in the future? How is it going to be used to make your life more productive in the future? Or are you acquiring that PhD or master's degree just to feel belong or to feel among or to make other people to address you as a PhD holder or as a master's degree holder without actually having a reason for starting such academic journey? And this is one of the things that have kept most of us poor. We do things because we want to impress people who don't even care. And you will discover that most of the wealthy people, they don't go for the kind of educational qualifications we go for. That's why most of them go for executive MBAs, skilled courses that will translate to their business successes. They don't acquire useless educations. The other day, I saw a friend of mine who went to do PhD in educational curriculum, and this guy is a fashion designer. So how does the two relate? Because all his friends are doing PhD programs. So this is the thing that will keep you where you are today, because the education that you're acquiring, you are going to waste so much resources in acquiring that education that in the long run is going to be useless to you. Number 8, unnecessary socializations. You must not be in every party or event, especially when they don't have direct bearing on your life. See, most times you attend unnecessary parties even when you were not invited. And you don't understand that all these things are waste of resources, especially in situations where nobody regards you. So that is one of the financial mistakes that are keeping you poor unknowingly. And you must do everything possible to avoid that. Number 9, burials in Africa. Of course, if we lost a loved one, it's not really a crime or a bad thing for you to plan a befitting burial for this person. But the problem is the attitude we show to the dead rather than showing it to the living. For instance, when we lost someone, you will discover that people will go all out to contribute monies or even go to an extent of selling landed properties in order to give the disease a befitting burial. But when this person was alive, what did you do in order to make the person's life better? You can't even raise money for that person to do business or do other things that will give his or her life more meaning. But we go all out when the person is no more to do everything possible in order to give the person a befitting burial. Sometimes I ask myself, is it really that we are trying to give the person a befitting burial, or that we are trying to satisfy ourselves? So, when you find yourself borrowing monies, doing one thing or the other, disposing of your choice assets, selling lands, properties, and houses, making unnecessary contributions in order to give a befitting burial to somebody you did not take care of when the person was alive, then you have been caught with that particular trap of one of the financial mistakes that will keep you poor. Number 9, not taking care of yourself. See, you know that the only passport you have to function in this planet is actually your body. So when you don't take care of your body, you're actually denying yourself visa to exist in this part of the atmosphere. And most times you discover that the health that you didn't take care of, when it will actually ask from you what you have been denying it, you will discover you will spend a fortune. So why don't you start today to take good care of your health? Number 10, keeping too many friends in your space. My dear, it's not everyone that you need. Imagine someone that wants to become a medical doctor, making friends with people that are selling in the market. So that kind of friendship does not really count. Rich people know how to make strategic friends in strategic places and at strategic times. That is why it is very, very necessary for you to define your life. When you define your life, you will attract the kind of people that you will need in your life in order to achieve your goal. So today, when you look at your circle, you need to spot out the people that you really need in that your journey to success, in that your journey to wealth creation. Number 11, trying to please everyone. You can never ever please everyone. Anything you do, your actions or inactions have a way of eliciting reactions from people. So you don't need to keep on explaining yourself. If you decide to be successful today, people will get angry. If you decide not to be successful today, people will also get angry. So if you start looking at everyone's reactions towards your actions, you are not going to go anywhere. So that is trying to please everyone every time is one of the things that is keeping you where you are today. Discussing people and not ideas. This is one of the things that really drives me crazy. How can mature people, I mean people that are supposed to be focused in building their destinies, gather at one spot and be discussing football teams, discussing the most richest politicians in town, discussing the richest footballer in town, discussing the musician that has the highest cars in town. Rich people discuss ideas. Poor people discuss people. Number 13, buying things you don't need and cannot afford to pay at that particular moment. This is one of the problems that many of us have. You see this clothes, you like it, you buy. You see these shoes, you like it, you buy. And most of us have many things in our closet that we have not even touched for the past 6 months. And the rich, most of them don't behave like this. That is why most of them have a particular clothes that they wear. They call it signature. But most times it's not signature. It's a way of trying to limit their choices because too many choices breeds confusion. That is one of the problems that you are having in making progress in life. You need to learn how to buy only things that you need at a particular point in time. It's even bad for you to be buying everything. Talk more of buying things you cannot even afford to pay at that particular moment. Number 14, playing safe. You have that business idea, you have that business goal that you want to achieve, but you are thinking about too many safeties. You are not thinking about what you stand to gain, but you are thinking about what you may lose. You are playing safe in acquiring that skill. There is a saying that when you want to eat frog, eat the fat one, so that when people calls you a frog eater, you'll be proud that you ate the fattest frog. Stop playing safe. And finally, number 15, not asking why. You know, it's in your whys that business ideas are bettered. When you don't ask why, you lose a lot. You find people doing one thing or the other. You don't even know the reason behind such actions. And then you jump into it and you join them in doing that particular thing without asking the reason behind it. So it's only when you ask why that the universe and even the business environment will open up opportunities for you. And until you start asking why, you're not going to make progress. So start asking why today.